When I heard this changed my fucking life.
Goed.
Fijn, hè?
Ik heb jou gemist hoor.
Ik heb jou gemist.
Ja, is dat zo?
Ja.
Okay.
Well, I'm Gareth. Yeah, most people these days I think know me as Thrasher. Guess they know me, I'm the dude that runs Prospect. The record label, agency, all that shit. And then I made you sign the deal that you paid me for. We're gonna help you make money. We're gonna get people so wrecked that they can't even ride the bicycles. They'll have to have taxis. Nobody rides bicycles
big enough
here
for
anyway.
a bicycle, so you need to be well outside at the end, really, don't you?
We should ask commission.
I can do
15%. See, this is my boy.
Yeah, no, I've seen pictures.
Pretty damn cute, right? Could be worse. Yeah. This year I've had a few of these tours where you go to like South America again and Japan, and you see that even on all these corners of the globe there's so many people for whom Prospect is such an important thing, and that's amazing. Like, it blows me away. You know, it's something I try not to think about, but I am aware of. Prospect is, for a lot of people these days, a lot of kids out there, a lot of artists, for this scene is a very important thing at the moment. And that can stress me the fuck out. 15 years ago, this seed was planted, this fucking engine started rolling slowly, slowly, slowly. And now it's like full speed and there's no way to jump off anymore. Do you know what I mean?
I've known Gareth since, I want to say, almost 20 years now. That's what we would do. We just play in rock and roll bands and hang out with rock and roll guys.
Ah, nee!
Kijk eens naar Papa de Voort. Eerste gooi, 1 keer mis. Tweede gooi, 0 keer mis. Derde gooi, 1 keer mis. Vierde gooi, 1 keer mis. Vijfde gooi, 1 keer mis. En zesde gooi, 1 keer mis. Woehoe!
Gareth was always doing, these drum and bass shows or whatever it was that he was doing with a bunch of his friends, and they would just throw a lineup together, and mostly it was at the waterfront or Nighttown maybe even.
What I was missing in the dance scene is it fucking felt so shallow. The dance scene felt so shallow, where me and my friends, we all wanted to rebel. The music made us feel that we could rebel. It made us feel that we could fucking change the world.
And when I went to one of the, I think it's one of the first Prospect nights, I just saw crazy guys like smashing their heads into the speakers that were on way too loud for my ears. But it makes sense that he's a hardcore punk guy, so he knows how to handle the freaks and the misfits and, you know, the weirdos. It's not for normal people.
Switching over to the Los Angeles here tonight, yeah, listen. You know this guy, he's a hard man. He's like thunder, you know what I mean? He's like an explosion ready. Listen, you ready for the one and only DJ Thrasher?
The first time I heard about the Prospect guys is when the guys who run Triple Vision and Major League, they complained to us that there were these 2 or 3 DJs that were on before them at a festival, and they were playing drum and bass that was way too hard. That they either scared the dance floor away, or they scared the DJs after them away. But you're like, oh, that sounds like our kind of people, because it turns out that the records that they were scaring people with were our records.
And straight away from the start, I was like, oh man, this works perfect, man. Let's throw these hardcore kicks in these drum and bass tracks. Let's do it. And I remember the first time I did that at these parties, I think like half the crowd stood still straight away, like, what the fuck is going on here? Well, for me, it was just super normal. Like, yeah, this works perfect. These fucking break beats with the kicks, let's throw it in. And that's also like the whole vision of the Prospect thing. Like, yeah, let's mix this all together. But now, for the people now, it's super normal. You know, like the people that go to Prospect and everything, that is what they expect. It's this mix up of all this crazy music together. But I can tell you, 15 years ago, this was not normal.
You know, the first time we met him, I think he was playing a punk band, mainly, before he got in touch with drum and bass. At least that's what I remember. And he really liked drum and bass. He was like, oh, this kind of has the same energy that he used to do with his band. And yeah, and he has a lot of energy, he loves music, and he just took it from there and followed, like created a gathering of people that followed him, who were all, love the same thing in the music. For some people we are hard, but Prospect makes us sound like polite sometimes, which is an interesting contrast to play a party like that, and you'll be like, okay.
So yeah, what is that typical Prospect sound? You know, that's really kind of hard to describe as Prospect has evolved. It's gone all across the board. I mean, when we started, it was a drum and bass label. It was the harder edge, but it was drum and bass. Then, of course, the Prospect Extreme label came along, which was focused on hardcore. These days, it's 5 different imprints, from industrial, slow techno to the craziest, most messed up breakcore and anything really, you know. But I think the sound that Prospect really became famous for was that crossover between drum and bass and hardcore. Not just like mixing the records together, but really the productions that had all the elements of all these different genres in it.
Execution.
Around the second or third XL edition, it really seemed like it would become something unstoppable, or at least something hard to stop. That's when they first started experimenting with booking us for hardcore sets. There was a tiny basement in Nighttown. Now hardcore and Prospect are almost inseparable. But back then, that was one of the first times. I think it was maybe 2003 or 4 was the first time we did hardcore at Prospect. And we knew all the drum and bass guys in the backstage area, and we knew all the hardcore guys in the backstage area, but nobody was really talking yet. Nobody really knew each other. But you know, Limewax, SPL, they came to check out our set. And Audio came to check out one of our sets, and it grew into this nice, homogeneous little gumball that everybody started chewing on. And you know, it really breached the gap between these two genres, and to the point where the gap is now all that scene is. It has whatever was on the fringes of drum and bass and hardcore, that was sort of hard to place anywhere, now fits within the little Prospect circle.
The labels and artists that I idolize, and you can look at Gareth's record collection, you know, they're all mostly underground artists, you know, and that is just something that I accepted from the beginning, that is what it's going to be. If I'm going to do this, I have to accept that, you know, this is going to be underground, and I'm proud to be part of that, you know. Like, it doesn't make you a lot of money, but, you know, I do what I want to do.
People that are into wild and extreme music, regardless of any genre or style, come to that type of stuff, and like Prospect as well, and kind of make the connections how it's all supposed to be kind of against the grain and against your teachers and your parents and those types of people, and your boss, because he's a dick too.
I was always into the darker stuff, drum and bass wise, and that was the only party in Holland which represented that. So yeah, I gravitated towards it right away, and yeah, I'm still thankful that he ignored me first, because that really helped me out to try harder, you know, and then to come up with a better thing that he would accept. So yeah, thanks, Gary.
You ready for the one and only Lime Works?
It's kind of weird to think back about it, because I was so young and insecure. So it meant like a world to me, of course. Like now I'm like, whatever, you know, Prospect, shitty label, because so many better labels these days. So, but no, I'm joking. But no, it was special. It really gave me, like Gareth was for me from day one as well. He really pushed me to accomplish bigger things, you know. Yeah. Plus being my manager right away as well, getting me bookings, so the whole picture fell together really well, yeah.
Suddenly I got this message on Party Vlog from this guy named Thrasher, and he asked me, hey, what about closing a Prospect XL9 together in a back-to-back set? And I was like, whoa, what did I just read? I remember being so nervous about this whole thing, this Prospect XL thing, but I remember the moment I arrived, I felt so welcome, and the vibes were so nice, and I felt connected immediately, and I was so surprised about the freedom. You could play drum and bass and hardcore tunes in one set. That was unthinkable in the hardcore scene.
Gareth had this idea that he wanted to take it further. He wanted to take it beyond parties. He wanted to start doing merchandising and a label. And back then, that seemed almost like a bad idea even, because there were lots of big organizations already that seemed almost impossible to defeat or get bigger than. But yeah, he was super determined.
I understand that people probably think, because it is a worldwide thing, you know, we do the label nights all over the world, you know, there's people all over the world buying the records, there's people all over the world with the tattoos and everything. Of course, it looks fucking big. And I think, in a way, it is big for what it is, and we've pushed it to a level where I never expected it would be. But I'm still not driving a BMW, I ride a fucking bicycle. My office is my living room, you know? And, you know, the big XLs, we work together with rock events, you know, my partners, and when it comes to the label and the agency, yeah, it's mostly, of course, me, and I have help from my friends, which is something that I'm very lucky with. Prospect mainly is me sitting in my fucking boxer shorts behind my laptop, just doing something, and I don't fucking even know what half the time.
Right now in this building, all our friends are all helping to get together this amazing Prospect 15 years release, and everybody really contributes to the whole family feeling and element of it.
Ik wist natuurlijk niet wat dat was, ik zag het al, maar
Kijk.
ik moet even kijken wat het was. Ja, ik ging het googlen.
Hier, kijk.
Ik weet dat nog niet.
Nice.
Echt vet, man.
Wat dacht jij dat een slipwand was dan?
Ja, weet ik veel. Dat ik niet val in de douche of zo?
Wat? Iets voor onder de douche. Dat is wel geniale merch. Voortaan gewoon van die anti-slipmatten voor bejaarden. Met Prospect logos erop. Nou. Dit gaat nergens over. Kan dat?
Ik weet het niet.
Ik denk dat je nu het moet doen. Are you ready? The first stamp. Hey, nee, hij zit scheef.
Oh, nee.
Nee, hij zit goed. Oké, ja. Nou, die is voor mij. Fuck it.
Nee,
Jawel.
we moeten even iets verzinnen.
Ja, maar we hebben geen extra's, dus die... nee, die is voor Stefan deze.
Als we nou een patch eronder leggen.
I would be nowhere without the help of the artists, like, and some of the friends that are always there to fucking help, you know, like, it is like a family thing almost, you know?
Okay.
Nee, dat ziet er super kick uit, met stempels zo. Lekker DIY, weet je wel.
Ja, zo hoort het toch?
It's very special to release on Prospect because most of the time it's a physical product. So it's a vinyl. You can even choose the color. You can get a really nice design by Tom Hamel, for instance. He makes amazing things, and that gives releasing music such another dimension because it's not just a digital MP3 on a download portal. You make music. It gets on this physical product, and you got this artwork supporting your idea.
Laat het toch lekker opzitten voor Halloween.
Ja, even niet douchen. Dat zie je denk ik alleen niet.
Dit?
Nee.
Nee, hè? Weet je, dit is... Het contrasten en duidelijk. Weet je, chroom kan wel goed. Where is the fucking rebellion? Where is the fucking... Let's fight for this shit, you know? It wasn't there. It was like, we're throwing fucking dance parties. It was also fucking safe. Well, everybody's on drugs, everybody's off their nuts, but the way it's presented, it's like this, this like safe little fucking thing. That is something I wanted to rebel against with Prospect straight away. I'm like, okay, artwork, let's go for this metal, punk rock vibe. Let's fucking throw in as many satanic symbols as we can, as many fuck yous as we can. And why? Just because we fucking can. Just because we can question everything. I'm not a Satanist, you know? I know a lot of people out there probably would think that. Like, Jesus, why is it all so dark? Why is it all so... It's not because I'm a Satanist. I don't believe in God, so how can I believe in Satan? But I do fucking like to take the piss out of these religions that are fucking up the world, you know? So of course we're gonna put the pentagrams and the upside down crosses here just because we fucking can and just because it's great to piss people off, you know? Friday night, party time.
Party time. Oh, je moet nog wel een beetje Duits leren.
Duits. Weet je wat je dan moet leren? Wir haben den Krieg nie vergessen. Geloof me.
Wat betekent dat?
Dat is een heel belangrijk Duitse term.
Natuurlijk.
Of weet je wat ook een goede Duits is? Schweinhund. Heb je die al geleerd op Duits?
Nee.
Wat leren ze jou dan op school?
Andere dingen?
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Nee, dat heb ik ook niet gezien.
When I became a dad, let's just say that things changed too. Because then that moment I had to step up my game. Yeah, how can I put this? It's the best thing that ever happened to me, but I can tell you it's the best thing that ever happened for Prospect, because it made me fucking way more serious. Of course, I'm still a fucking retard, you know? But for him, I'm not. And I'm a retard that does wake up 7 in the morning and gets shit done. I can say that. I think the big moment where Prospect became a way more serious thing for me was the moment that the Watt Club closed. I was promoted at the Watt Club, and for the first time in my life, I was jobless. And then I made the decision, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna work for a boss anymore. I'm gonna go full force for this company that I run, which was Prospect.
Wow, it's so huge, isn't it?
It's looking good though, right?
Yeah, man, fuck it.
Ja.
Lekker breekt ook zo.
Ja, nee, het is echt vet. Die P's zijn echt waanzinnig. Echt,
You know, Prospect XLs are the icing on the cake. They're a lot of fucking work, but they are just one big happy gathering of like-minded souls. Friends, we're all, the artists, we're all fucking friends. It's just one big fucking bromance, you know, everybody's hugging and looking forward to it, and that is, yeah, of course they're fucking great. When I play Prospect XL, do you think about my set? Hell fucking no. I think about the dinner, seeing everybody again, you know?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
No cross. You know what it is? The key thing in Prospect is that we only book artists that are fun to hang out with, and that's really true. If somebody's an asshole, they'll never play. So this is just one big, like, happy, you know?
The thing is, just right now we look like the fucking grandfathers.
Yeah, but we are grandfathers. But we are grandfathers that will still be able to hook up with 18-year-old girls. That's
That's all right.
It's his words. I have nothing to do with this.
I thought it was just the last time I played for Prospect. I was walking to the entrance, and there was also a commercial house party next door. And some of those people who were going to the commercial house parties were like, "Oh, there's a Prospect tonight. That's why all the freaks are in the street." And I thought it was meant as a diss, but it made me kind of proud because it kind of is that kind of sound, you know. It's not freaks, but it's people who like a more loud and more interesting sound. I mean, that's what I feel more a part of. So I thought that was really cool that they said that. And it made me proud to be part of that family at least, and not the commercial house people. So
Playing that big floor to all those people, Jesus, it's dope. It's so good. I mean, it's definitely intimidating, I think, playing Prospect XL in some ways, you know. You definitely feel the pressure, you know. Usually I don't really give a fuck, but whenever I play that show, it kind of feels like everyone's watching you, you know.
Show these suckers how we make real.
Gareth is like a MacGyver that really knows how to party and also likes to party, but he has an amazing work ethic. MacGyver will never let you down. He will get the situation done no matter how little he slept. And that's something that really sets him apart from other people in the scene, that he will always get the work done. He's still really bad at picking up his phone, I'm sure everyone will agree on that, but he will get the work done. He is the glue that binds everyone. And he seems to be this happy-go-lucky guy that effortlessly flows through the scene, but he puts in a lot of hard work.
For my love for you, it would break my heart in two. Hey. That was the best bit. Jongens, je moet even wat bier zo in je tas doen.
I can understand that for a lot of people, it may seem like a dream. You know, I play all over the world. Yeah, you know, I throw a lot of parties. I live the rock and roll life, a lot of people think. And in a way, of course, it's true, I guess, you know? I mean, like, I'm lucky that I'm able to see the fucking world. I'm lucky to meet so many amazing people in all corners of this fucking world. The highs and lows are super extreme. I have not built up anything yet. I don't have a fucking pension set, you know? I mean, I'm fucking stressed about that kind of stuff. I'm 38 now, what the fuck am I doing? How long can I do this? How long am I gonna stretch this? The problem is, how long am I gonna stretch this? And what happens then? I'll be too fucking old to get a normal job, probably. I mean, this is stuff which I think about.
I do think he enjoys it, being like having all this shit coming at him. And of course, like as a human being, you will always complain about it. Oh man, it's too much. But I think that's at the same time, it's like his driving force for everything that. Yeah. And it's not like the light is long not fading out.
How big can you become, or make it? How big can it grow until people are like, I've heard it before, you know? If you put like the whole scene on one lineup, you know, will they come next time?
But we never expected it to be this big anyway.
No.
So it's a surprise that it is what it is, and who knows where it could go. I mean, you could say, no, it's not going to go anymore, but then next year it's something else. So you never know. He's, can go either way. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think for me, which is a thing that makes me be able to last this long, is that the crew around me, the artists involved, who are friends, we're all fucking friends, it's a family, they are all willing to put in the extra step without it just being for themselves. And that is very fucking special, and it's worth a lot. I would, you know, so many artists on the roster, on the label, are helping others out, helping the new guys out, helping me out. Because they're all like, yeah, let's make this thing a fucking success. Let's make this fuck you underground outcast label a platform for everybody that actually fucking works, you know?
We usually hang out and have cocktails and we listen to music all night long and discuss all kinds of stuff, politics. It's not just working together, it's like being friends, being colleagues, being family, and you want to create something nice together. So that's why it's very special and different for me to be a prospect artist. If you would compare it with some other agency. That's different, it's a work relationship you have, and this is way more.
I think as long as the music keeps being fun, there will always be a place for Prospect in the world and room to grow. There will be room to grow for Prospect. But music has to be and will always be the most important ingredient in that. No matter how dope your shirt designs are, doesn't matter. No matter how good your sets are at events, you need to have, the music needs to be the backbone. And Gareth is holding this backbone by the neck, holding it upright, trying to make sense of it all.
fucking cliche, but the most important thing is that I'm there for him in the best way I can till he stands on his own feet, and from there on to be able to have a good, safe, financially stable environment for him. If I get that done, I'm already pretty far on my wish list. Yeah, you know, I'd like to be able to have a stable life myself, but that is a thing that I, partially through my own fault, think is very difficult. You know, I guess I need tension. I guess I need something to fight for. I guess I need drama in my life, stress, whatever, because that keeps me on edge or lights the fire inside of me to do the things that I do. Try and balance it out. That's my fucking lesson to the world. As the legendary quote goes, Gary White, fucking up his life so you don't have to.